Okay, hello guys. Oh my gosh. Okay, I'm so excited. I have a super special guest for you today. Yes, I'm so excited. Her name is Sierra. She is killing it. She is a rock star. I am so excited to bring her on. As soon as she pops in, I'll have her come on and we'll split screens with you guys so you can see her. And here she is. I see her now. Okay, let me add her, bring them on the camera and add. All right. Hey guys. Okay. We're adding her now. She's coming. Dun, dun, dun. She's coming. All right, you guys. Besides the point, Sierra is a rock star. Hello. It works. You're a little pixelated, but it's okay. I think we're good.
Okay.
Can everybody hear both of us? Are we all okay? Can someone give me like a thumbs up or like a yes, we can hear you? Go ahead and say something so I can make sure I can hear you too, Sierra.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay, perfect. We're a little bit lagging, but that's okay. I will just remember to listen and not talk so fast. But I am so excited because Sierra came into my life. Gosh, I feel like it wasn't that long ago. Really.
It really wasn't.
Yeah, it really wasn't that long ago. So she came into my life. And literally, I just feel like she just blew up out of nowhere. She just blossoms in such a beautiful way. And it warms my heart. So I had to bring her on today to kind of share what it's like to work with me. And I want to like feature her and her success and what she's been able to accomplish in such a short time. So why don't you just introduce yourself a little bit and talk about how you found me and maybe your journey of finding me and booking a call with me.
Yeah, sure. So, hello, Sierra Lene. I'm a digital design strategist and an online presence consultant. So, really, what I do is I help driven entrepreneurs, startups, creatives really just take their brand to the next level, transform their presence so they're connecting and attracting their actual ideal clients so they can up level their business. So, I found you, I think honestly, it might have been a Facebook ad. If you're running ads, or it was something in group that I was in. Suddenly you were just everywhere. I'm not quite sure how that happened, but the universe needed us to be together. So I had really just kind of started my business a couple months prior. Was kind of really struggling a little bit as far as really finding out exactly what it was that I needed to do and how to really separate myself as a graphic designer, as a website designer, and really be able to tackle just what people actually needed rather than what the whole online space said that you should offer. So came across your course, The Money Making Sales Queen, which was kind of for me because I come from like a sales background, and just the way that you were just everything from the energy around it to the way that you were talking about it. And I was like, oh my gosh, she has like awesome hair. I need to talk to this girl.
I love it.
So I joined the free course for The Money Making Sales Queen, and I was like, okay, like I really like this. And then you started talking about broke to booked out badass, and I was like, okay, this is happen. So literally within the course of like a couple days, I was just like, okay, I need this woman in my life. I do. So I think we ended up getting on the phone, just the two of us, and just kind of talking whether or not like it would really work for me. Cause I think at the time you were really more focused on like just coaches. And for me, I didn't really fall into that category.
Right.
So we talked it out and we figured out that, yeah, this would actually be a match made in heaven. So we needed to go ahead and do it. And that's how I found you.
Yes, I love it. That's so fun. So you're kind of painting the picture of where you were before we worked together, right? You were like, okay, I was brand new in my business, just a couple months in. What else do you feel like you were really struggling with before, like prior to working together? Because we did a little bit of one-on-one work in addition to the course.
We did. So a lot of the things that I was struggling with was really more around mindset, really. I needed more clarity in what I was even doing. I needed more clarity in who I was actually able to serve. I needed I needed to realize that mindset is something that entrepreneurs absolutely have to do. Like, it's a core piece of the puzzle. And the different courses that I had taken before, the different things that I had learned, was really more like the actual physical, practical part of it, but not any mindset work whatsoever. And like, I knew people were saying that like, this is going to be hard and you're going to have to like really work for it, but anything that's really worth it is like, you're going to have a lot of resistance. But I had like no mindset to be an entrepreneur before I even started this. Like, I had like plenty of courage to be able to like just kind of start, but anything having to do around clients, having to do around money, having to do around the way that I handle my business and the way that I handle myself, and really the way that I show up for everyone, myself and all of the people that I serve, was absolute crap.
Yeah.
I'm sure you could attest it was absolute crap.
Well, that's so common in the online space. You know, it's one of those things that when we think about starting a business, we think about all of the tangible things that we need, right? Like, we either, if it's a brick and mortar business, is it online? How do you market yourself? How do you make money? What do you sell? And we forget about that. The most important part, which I truly believe is your confidence, is clarity, and that having a direct connection to your cash flow. So, okay, you were in a place where you were like, I was lacking clarity. I was lacking the mindset needed. At the time, remind me, did you have clients? Or didn't you have like one client that you were working with?
Right. I had one client that I was kind of working with, but it was more on like a super low level. It wasn't anything near where I wanted to be. And so I was just kind of like, I don't really know if I can do this. Like, I don't really have much on. Like, I'm trying here, but I don't know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and I remember on our first call, you told me one of your dreams was to like move to Bali, like run full time in your business, move to Bali, pack things up. And I love it because now when we tell people where you are now, I feel like you're getting closer. I was literally about to like call you out and be like, all right, how close are you to being able to actually make this dream a reality? Like, have you looked?
Yeah, so like, one of the things that I think was like super, super important that I learned from you was really figuring out like what is actually the barrier between you and your goals. Because like, plenty of people say that like when they become an entrepreneur, like they want to go ahead and they want to travel full time, right? That's one of the things that's on my list, like Bali first and then Thailand, and then I'm going to do a tour through Europe. Like, I'm going to see it all, right? But even before I started working with you, like, this was a dream in my head, and I had looked into like the pricing like a little bit as far as like what places I could go. I'd never even looked up what a plane ticket was. I did not even know what was actually standing between me and actually going. So like, I had like a rough idea, but I didn't like actually know. So I'm definitely getting closer. I think really the biggest thing that I got to getting me to my goals is really just figuring out like how my business actually is taking form, and like through working all the mindset stuff and through listening to all the different things that you have in there, and really just taking a step back and being like, okay, I'm here to serve other people, and that's the only way that this is going to work. So what do the people actually need? What do the people actually want? And it actually opened up this whole other section for me, which is like the online presence consultant part, to be able to actually sit down with people and be like, okay, before we start anything, what do you want? And really help them figure out, okay, before I actually invest in branding, before I invest in a website, do I even need that? And like having someone actually like sit in their business and be like, okay, that's not gonna work. But it really just kind of opened up this whole other thing, and I ended up launching a program that ended up giving me like 3 clients in 4 days. Just, and it was almost out of
I want you to
nowhere.
say that again so everybody can hear it. How many clients did you sign in 4 days?
In 4 days. It was insane. And it was during this program. It was during going through everything with Brooke. I think it was like week 3 or week 4. It was like
Something
right
like
in
that.
the middle. Something like that. It was right in the middle.
So,
and
okay, I want you to, sorry. Go ahead.
It was one of those things where like I was putting in the work and I was like, I think because we were doing more of that one-on-one stuff, I was like, girl, I'm doing all the things. Nothing is happening. I'm doing all the things. Nothing is happening. And you were just like, just keep going. Just keep going. Your breakthrough is coming. Your breakthrough is coming. And I was like, okay, I'm ready for it. Is it going to be here yet? And then it was here. It was insane.
Yes. Okay. So yeah, 3 clients in 4 days. Like that is huge. That is such a huge success. So I celebrate you. And I know the people who are live right now are like, yeah, that's awesome. Like cheering you on. So, okay. How did you know that working with me, because we did one-on-one work, you also jumped into a program. How did you know that that was the right fit for you?
Honestly, it was really just, it was a feeling, right? So after going through the free course with you and really kind of seeing like your energy and like your confidence and the way that you went about everything, I was like, okay, this girl is awesome. A lot of the same things in common. Like I don't have pink hair right now, but I have had blue hair. So I was like, okay. And that's really so just once talking to you and like really kind of figuring out is like, okay, so like what this is can actually take me to the next level. And I really just really, I believed it. I really did. And I was like, okay, that was that gut feeling of, I got to figure this out because I had no clients. I had no clients. I had no money coming in, a few months in business. You've already put money into it. Like, it was one of those things that was like, okay, I just have to make this happen. And I'm very proud of myself for this decision. I'm very glad that I did it because it seriously, like, I go back and still, like, a couple months later, like, I still go back to some of the stuff, some of the workbooks, some of the videos, and kind of reset a little bit. It's fantastic.
Absolutely. And I'm so glad you brought that up because sometimes we are brand new in our business and we're like, well, I'm not even making money yet. Like, how can I invest in myself? That is the perfect reason, right? You have to have the mindset that says, well, of course I'm going to make money. Of course I'm going to receive a return of investment in here. And I knew in my core that you knew you were going to make this happen. And that's why it worked out massively. And it's continuing to grow. And you're having these shifts and these changes and this amazing, amazing, amazing success, right? So I want you to tell everyone maybe your favorite part about working with me one-on-one or even in the program or anything that is like your favorite part about it.
There are so many parts. I think one-on-one, my favorite part is just the kind of the way that you approach everything. Because we had the Voxer support, so I'd be like massively overthinking something, and I'd be like, Brooke, I don't know how to do this. I don't know what I'm doing. And you're just like, girl, you're way overthinking this. Just do it. Like, seriously, just do it. And then you just start laughing. It's totally fine. Calm down. Because I'd never even done like a Facebook Live. I think that was one of the things that I went like, I was freaking out. How do I do this? When do I do this? And you're just like, girl, it's okay. And really just kind of like took me back to baseline and be like, okay, yeah, I am really overthinking this. And like now I go live all the time.
Yay! That's such a huge success. So let's talk about your successes. Okay, so we already talked about how you signed 3 clients in 4 days within like 3-ish weeks of working together. That's number 1. You did your first ever live video, right? And now you're like, I go live all the time. You are a confident badass going live. What other successes have you seen in this short amount of time of working together?
Honestly, it's really just giving myself permission to be able to take on additional things, to really listen to what the people want, to listen to my own gut, and to know that I know what I'm doing. Like, even if I don't like know what I'm doing, like everything that I have in me, as far as everything I've ever learned, my actual gut, and just I have everything that it takes to succeed. I do.
Yes.
And even if that means like I make a little extra room and things are a little bit more tight for financially be able to take on something new, like giving myself permission to invest in myself and giving myself permission to make decisions, giving myself permission to change things. I'm changing things all the time now. If it's not working, then I just change it. And it's like such a simple thing. But when you're like a new entrepreneur and you're kind of leaning on like what everybody else thinks and what everybody else is doing, well, what's working for somebody else may not actually work for you. So really just giving yourself permission to be the confident, badass self that I am, and to act like my next level, to get me to that point. Like, some people think that like in order to be able to get to the next level, what you have to do is just like envision it, right? In order to be able to manifest it. But no, it's a little bit more than that. Like, you have to actually put yourself in that place mentally, not just for a few minutes. You have to act like that person acts. You have to think like that person thinks. And that was one of the biggest things that I took away of, okay, yes, right now, I like when we first started, like I didn't have any clients, so I could have slept in until 3 p.m. if I wanted to. But no, like that's not who I am in business. That's not who I am. My next level self doesn't do that. So I'm going to get up. My alarm goes off at 8:30. I'm getting up and I'm going to start working.
Yes.
And it's working massively.
I love that. I love that you mentioned the intangible results that you have received with working together in addition to the tangible results. Because yes, the tangible results, the 3 clients, the income in your business, the raising your prices, all of that is huge. And that's things that people want. That's another win. Actually, you raised your prices. I know you did. So that is huge. But what we don't think about is how that internal power, that internal confidence that you've gained, nobody can ever take that away from you. And you have it forever. And you can always go back and rebuild it and rebuild it and rebuild it. So I'm so glad that you brought that up as a success, because 110%, that is my favorite kind of success that anybody can receive. It's because it becomes bigger than any money. It becomes bigger than anything that you could ever imagine when you have that inner power. So, well, is there anything else that you want to share that you feel like you haven't been able to say about working together, about the program, or anything like that?
It absolutely changed my life. And like, it really just, all of it, from the internal work that we did to being able to go back and like rebuild and rebuild and rebuild, and to giving myself permission and having the confidence, like I can't actually put a price tag on that at all. Like I can't, there's nothing that equals like where I am right now. Like if I didn't sign up, if I didn't just go ahead and take the plunge and be like, okay, I don't know how this is going to happen, but it's going to happen. I don't know where I'd be right now. Honestly, like it was only a couple months ago. I quit already.
I know.
Like it's insane the kind of success that I see right now, and like to know where I'm going, and even like some of the things in the course like are things that like I am not even using right now, but I am going to use later. So
absolutely. Yeah.
This is something that is really going to take me like not even to the next level of where I am right now, but like even further than that. Like it was so much more than I thought it was going to be, and probably because I had never seen anything from you previously. So I had no idea. I just jumped on it because my gut was telling me to. But to really have somebody that not only focuses on practical steps, but the mindset, and then putting that together. Because if you've got all the practical steps in the world, but your mindset isn't right, you're going to fall on your face. But if you've got all the mindset in the world, and then you still don't have an action plan, still nothing happens. So the fact that there's a marriage of two of them, and the really just the way that the course walks you through is like, okay, practical step and mindset, and practical step and mindset, and it really just built on itself. And like, you're a genius. You really just are.
Oh, thank you.
Welcome.
I am such a words of affirmation person, so I'm just sitting over here like crying on the inside, like, like thank you so much. No, it's okay, but no, I love helping people in that way, because you're so right. It's not just about the mindset. We can't just sit on our couch and wish for things to happen to us, right, or for us. And it's not just about taking a bunch of action. There's a beautiful blend between the two. That's why I solely focus and teach both of them together, so you can do what you need to do to get to where you want to go. And obviously, it's massively paid off. And this is just the beginning. It's still just a baby, and you've already seen so much growth. And I've already seen people comment and be like, oh my God, I can't wait to work with you on all these things. And you're showing up massively. You're extremely visible. I am just so, so, so proud of you. And I just cannot wait to see your continued growth and where you go and what happens. You know, like, it's just going to keep skyrocketing from here. Absolutely. So
yeah,
tell everyone again, you know, what you do, where they can find you, how they can see more of your work, how they can see where you are and learn from you. Tell them all the things, okay?
Yeah. So, my business name is Lene's Design Studio. So Lene'sDesignStudio.com is where my portfolio is. I focus a lot on brand identity. I focus on a website, and really just kind of the whole online presence and everything that you've got going on. So really what I do, just to start off, is to offer my passionate presence consultation, where I just take a look and dig into everything you've got going on, from Instagram to Facebook to, I had someone have me dig into like their blog that was like on somebody else's website that was hosted. And I really just kind of dig into everything and figure out, like, are you set up to hit the goals you need to be, from a designs perspective, from like an online presence consultant's perspective, because that's something that I did way prior to actually becoming a graphic designer. And one of the things with bringing that to the forefront, really just kind of take a second and figuring out like what you need to do next. I also have a Facebook group where I share a lot of interesting things, whether it has to do with like actually dealing with website stuff or working on branding, or whether it's colors or fonts, or brand voice is a huge thing that I go over. That is the Passionately Ambitious Entrepreneurs. And we'll probably link that down for everyone else to see it if they want to join. Yeah, I'm mostly on Facebook, but in this next month, I'm really doubling down, and I'm going to be on Pinterest and on Instagram as well. So yay! I will be there.
Everywhere. Oh my gosh. Well, I am so excited. Yes, for anybody who's watching this live on Facebook or on Facebook at all, I'll have her drop the links to all of the things. You can go find her and cheer her on, or even if you want to just reach out to her and just say congratulations for the success that she has seen so far in her business. So give her some love, you guys. Thank you so much, Sierra, for coming on today and sharing your story and sharing what it's like to work with me and your experience and all of the amazing things that you have shared. I appreciate you so much. So much.
Yeah.
Okay.
So it's
well, beautiful, guys. It was beautiful to see you. I love your guests. I hope you guys have a great rest of your day.